Welcome to ACM, the world's premier computer society. With more than 100,000 members, ACM is a leading publisher in computing with more than 50 journals, 8 magazines, hundreds of proceedings, and a collection of newsletters and books. Our content is housed in the ACM Digital Library, which has over 6 million users from 160 countries. And over 25,000 articles are added to the library each year. 2,000 of those articles come from ACM's journals. The goal of this video is to provide associate editors for ACM journals with some practical information about how you can best succeed in your role.
Welcome to the ACM community, and congratulations for being named an associate editor. A sincere thank you for your service to our community. I think you'll find the information in this video very useful. ACM is a professional society whose mission is to serve and advance the computing field. All of our editors and volunteers and our publications policies were developed and approved by our volunteer leadership. I'd like you to meet Joe Constan and Jack Davidson, co-chairs of the ACM Publications Board, who will talk in a bit more detail about your role as associate editor. And once again, welcome to the ACM family.
This video will introduce you to the roles and responsibilities of ACM's associate editors. We'll touch on policies, plagiarism and special challenges you may encounter, and common questions you're sure to hear from editors and authors. Let's start with managing the process. The editor-in-chief assigns submitted papers to an associate editor for handling. You're responsible for reading the submissions assigned to you and recruiting reviewers. As you receive the reviews, you evaluate them and make a recommendation on whether to accept or reject the paper.
Even before a paper enters the review process, the journal administrator runs it through plagiarism checking software. The editor-in-chief will check the report before assigning it to you. The goal is to prevent papers with plagiarism issues from entering into the workflow in the first place. Most ACM journals allow extended versions of published conference papers. ACM policy requires 25% new material, although some journals require more. Revised or extended papers may be flagged by the plagiarism checking software, which is why the plagiarism reports need to be manually reviewed before making a decision. Most ACM journals use ScholarOne's Manuscript Central submission system. However, a few use Editorial Manager. The editor-in-chief of your journal can give you guidelines on the procedures. However, I can give you more precise guidance on how to use the system, as well as answer any additional questions you might have.
What happens when an article is out of scope for the journal or fails to meet the requirements for the journal? We call this desk rejection. Each journal handles this differently. Your editor-in-chief will advise you. In this case, it won't be necessary to get reviews, but the desk rejection should be explained in a letter to the author. Typical reasons for a desk rejection include that the subject matter of the manuscript is out of scope for the journal, or the manuscript clearly does not meet sufficient standards for novelty or intrinsic interest to the journal's readership. ACM policy requires that papers have 3 peer reviews for acceptance. We cannot emphasize enough how important that is, to have 3 peer reviews. And yes, desk rejections can be made with fewer reviews. The single most important thing an AE can do is to find good reviewers, people with expertise on the topic, who have no conflicts with the author, and who are willing to write a careful, thoughtful review.
We have tools to help you find reviewers. When a paper is submitted through Manuscript Central, a tool called Referee Locator automatically returns a pool of reviewers. It uses an algorithm that looks at article title, abstracts, keywords, and other metadata. It compares that information with published papers from the last 5 years. A list of potential reviewers is automatically suggested. This feature is not intended to replace your expertise. However, it is one additional tool to help you search for reviewers.
One of your key responsibilities is ensuring that authors receive reviews that are thoughtful, complete, and appropriate. Any time the reviews recommend that the paper be revised or rejected, the reviews should give the authors clear guidance on how to improve their paper. Once you have enough quality reviews, you write a summary that includes revisions you expect the authors to make and make a recommendation of accept, reject, major revision, or minor revision.
Major revisions mean that the reviewers will be asked to re-review the revised manuscript. Minor revisions indicate that you feel the paper is close enough that you will be able to check the revisions yourself. When the editor-in-chief finalizes the decision, your text will be sent to the authors along with the reviews to explain the decision and help the authors improve the paper.
After the author has completed any revisions, the revised paper and a summary of changes will be sent back to you. Major revisions should go back to the same reviewers whenever possible, but if a reviewer is unavailable, you can ask a new reviewer to check the changes. Some of our journals have limits on the number of or time for major revisions. Your editor-in-chief will let you know if these limits apply to you.
One of the most important ways to keep authors satisfied and to maintain the reputation of a journal is to send reviews to the authors in a timely manner.
ACM's online-first article-by-article publishing model also helps get articles published quickly. As each article is accepted and placed into an issue, it appears online right away.
Mostly we want you, our associate editors, to know there's a lot of support from our team and online. Part of our job is to compile information online to assist you in doing the best job possible and to assist our authors with questions related to journal publication.
And the site authors.acm.org has a wealth of information about publishing with ACM. This is the place to refer authors who want information on their rights management choices, including author rights for reuse and posting, open access options, and how ACM helps authors comply with government mandates.
We're almost done. We just want to introduce you to a few key policies related to journal publication. First is our overarching policy on pre-publication review, or simply review. ACM journals are covered under the category of refereeing. Next, we have a set of policies regarding eligibility for authorship and author representation. These policies are designed to ensure that the authors are the creators of the work, that they identify any prior publication of parts of the work or simultaneous submissions, and that they have the rights to publish the work they submit.
And as Laura mentioned earlier, we check every submission for plagiarism. You can find out more about ACM's policies on plagiarism at this link.
Finally, we hope you'll get to know ACM's Authorizer service, an important tool authors can use to promote and disseminate their work. Authorizer enables ACM authors to post links on their homepage and elsewhere, allowing visitors to download their articles for free. Please let your authors know about this valuable ACM service.
Most of all, as an associate editor, you are the face of your journal and of ACM. We're here to help you promote your journal to authors and to readers, and we rely on your efforts and good judgment to maintain your journal's high quality.
We realize that was a lot of information to digest, but as you now know, all of our policies can be found online at our ACM Publications page. On behalf of all of us at ACM, and as the Director of Publications, I want to thank each of you for your service to our research community. Welcome, Associate Editors, and thank you for your service. And remember, we're here to help.